You better be.
How many times do I have to say I'm ready?
I pushed the button.
Oh.
You better be ready. How's everybody doing? Hey, we got a very, very serious thing to talk about here. It's unfortunate that we happen to be smiling when the live stream started. Gonna wait on that audio video check. I know Candy is not here tonight, so hopefully somebody can give me that. And while we are waiting for people to assemble, I do want to talk about something real quick because the main topic today is a serious one, not clickbait. Somebody asked, "Is this clickbait?" I'm like, when have I clickbaited people? But anyway, still don't have any audio video check yet. That's okay. All great. Thank you, Melissa. I'm assuming you meant we are all good. Okay, there we go. All right. So,
Okay.
Listen. Before we get into what the title of this stream is about, I do want to address something, and I'm going to have to be the one that does the majority or all of the talking here because it was me that did it and not you. I want to address something that was said on Sunday's video.
That was inappropriate. That had to do with wine.
No, I loved that one. That one's, yeah, that was a good one.
You got me on that. You got me. I had no idea that you were doing that.
Yeah, that one was fun. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback for me on that one. But no, I said something in there that a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, there's been, I don't know, 10 or 12 comments. They're all still there because I don't delete these kind of comments. But quite a few people were, they took what I said the wrong way. And here's what I mean. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to bring any more attention to this particular channel. But in that video, I said, have you seen the idiots down in Florida that have been sending fish down water slides? Now, if you think that what I'm about to do is an apology, you are very mistaken. There is nothing worse than YouTube apologies. Every single time I see one of those, I laugh. No, that's not what I'm going to do. But there are a lot of people that are unclear about who I was talking about. There's quite a few people that have commented, catch 'em all fishing. And that's not at all who I was talking about. So now I'm not going to tell you who I was talking about because, again, I don't want to bring more attention to those people. You understand what I'm trying to say? But I will say the name Catch 'em All Fishing because it's not fair to him. Now, I don't know anything about that guy. I don't know anything about his channel. I've never watched a single one of his videos, and that's not being disrespectful to him. I'm not into fishing. I mean, do I enjoy fishing? Yeah, but am I going to sit down and watch videos about it? No. So, I've never watched one of his videos simply because I'm not into fish keeping. Or what?
Wow.
I just said that in front of 400 people. No, I'm not into fishing.
It's news to
Going
me.
out and casting a line and fishing. I'm not really into that. I'm not against it. It's just not my thing to go and do on a Sunday afternoon or something like that. So I've never watched a single Catch 'em All Fishing video. I was not talking about him. That's all there really is that needs to be said. I was talking about some kids that did this. And they were sending fish down a water slide that was about that big. It was ridiculous and it was stupid. And my hope is, I haven't checked because I don't want to give that channel an additional view, but my hope is that YouTube removed that video for animal abuse.
I don't know.
I would assume they would have. I mean, for God's sakes, they remove videos every single day for stuff. So I would hope that video is no longer there anyway, but I just wanted to make it clear. I was not talking about Catch 'em All Fishing. I don't know if Catch 'em All Fishing has done that. If he has, yeah, that's a problem and I don't like it, but he's not who I was referring to in that video. Is Catch 'em All Fishing a he? I don't even know. I'm assuming it's a he because anyway.
I think
So
so.
I just wanted to be clear about that. I don't want people looking away from the one I was actually talking about to look at somebody that I was not talking about, because that's just not fair. Whether the other guy has done that or not, whatever. I didn't see it, so can't bother me if I haven't seen it. So there you go. Just wanted to be clear about that. Yeah, we've got 400 in here. That's good. Let's go ahead and talk about this. This was brought to my attention by a subscriber and customer to our website, Kev Sully. He is in the chat all the time. I'm hoping that he's here today. I did not know about this until like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago. He sent me an email to tell me about this situation that happened in Fayetteville, North Carolina, or as my 22-year-old daughter would call it, Fefiete. It's a long story. We were driving down to South Carolina to the Marine Corps graduation. She saw the sign, and for whatever reason, she thought it said Fefiete. This is my family.
She wears glasses too.
But Fayetteville, North Carolina.
She probably needed to go back to get her glasses rechecked at that time.
Yeah, she still may. But a shop called Aquarama has quite literally burnt to the ground. This was a full-line pet store. I've never been to this pet store. I don't know anything about this pet store other than what I've learned in the last 2 hours. This store went up, and it went up fast, and there was a complete loss of the store. I'm assuming almost a complete loss of everything that was in the store. I've got links in the description to a news article about it that they explained a lot of their store pets perished in the fire. So dozens, sad. They said, from birds to turtles to hamsters, snakes, spiders, they said. So these people, they lost their business. I mean, it's gone. It up in smoke, literally. Took about 2 hours, and the whole thing was gone. It's over. And when I hear something like that, I'm reminded of that happened locally here. It was about 45 minutes away.
Yeah, it's when we had our fish store.
Yep. And so this is the second in the last 10 years, the second story that we've heard about a pet store burning to the ground. This is a store that has been in business forever. The guy that owned it, his last name is Spano. I don't recall his first name. We'll find it here in just a second. Shame on me for not knowing it immediately. Come on, John. Be more professional, would you?
He had it for 40 years.
Yeah. I'm just trying. I want to pay my respects. I want to see the guy's name. Let me tell you something. I hate this website that this article is on, and I hate the websites that do this, where when you go on the website, it's nothing but ads everywhere, and the screen is jumping up and down because it's all ads popping up. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I can't find this guy's name while I'm live on YouTube. It's driving me crazy.
Spano.
Joseph Spano. There you go. I feel bad for him, the owner of the store. The pet business is hard with the big box stores, with Amazon trying to shut everybody down, with just the competition that's out there and everything else. It's a hard business, and when you lose it, we lost ours, but it was our fault. When you lose it for something like that, my heart.
Put so many years into it. I mean, that's what you know. I believe he was former military, but then he put the rest of his life into that store, and it's just so sad. The
article or the news clip that I saw said that he was working there while active duty, and then I guess he bought the store in '94 or something like that. I'm probably giving terrible information here. I'm just going by what I saw on the news, but the thumbnail of this video is a picture of that shop and the fire department tending to that fire. The building is a complete loss, so even if they are able to rebuild this business, it's not going to be in the same location. The fire was so intense that it bent or bowed the metal framing. The steel structure of the building is warped from the heat and making the building's going to come down. I mean, that's what happens when they're damaged that far. And I just, being in the business, having been in the mom and pop fish store business, if there's anybody that knows how difficult it is, it's me and you.
Oh, yeah.
How difficult it is for a family, thankfully, or I don't want to say thankfully, but it's a good thing that he had his family working there and everything with him, so that's nice. But I'm sure it was hard on them, hard on him, hard on everybody involved to operate a store like that for that many years. And
Definitely.
Fayetteville's not exactly a big city. It's a small town.
No, it's a city. I mean, that's where Kenzie's coach lives.
I mean, it's probably no bigger than like King George, though. I mean, it's not like it's
a city.
Okay, well, who cares? It's a mom and pop fish store, and that is hard enough as it is. Even if it's in Manhattan, it'd be even worse because the building would cost $1 million a month. But you understand what I'm saying. This is a difficult business to operate, and to have one that's obviously successful because it's been operating for 40 years, it's just, how devastating is that? I feel for them. And I wish there's more I could do other than what I'm doing right now, which is talking to all of you about it. I can see some people have snuck in some super chats. I'm going to ask you folks, do not super chat us tonight. Don't. If you're going to super chat us $1, if you're going to super chat us $5 or whatever it is, click the link in the description and send it to them.
Yeah.
Now, why would I ask you to do that? I would say, hey, here's what I'll do. Any super chats that come in today, I will send those over to the GoFundMe. And that would make sense. But YouTube takes such a huge cut of super chats that it would be next to nothing when it's all done.
GoFundMe does it too. So it's like taking twice as much of...
That's right.
It could just be going directly to them.
Everybody wins more if you just go straight there, bypass us. It doesn't matter what you're going to send. If you're going to send it to us, don't. Click that link, go to the GoFundMe, and send it to them. It's pretty sad. This is just me being blunt. We all hear stories every single day of people, their camera broke, and they start a GoFundMe and they get $1,000 in like 2 days. I need help with this. My lawnmower broke. There's so many stupid GoFundMes out there, and they get funded like that. This one's been up for like 3 weeks, and it's got $5,600. Come on.
I know. I mean,
we can do better than that.
I shouldn't say this because it's probably going to make me look bad, and I'm not trying to offend anybody when I say this, but if people can help somebody build something, I'm not going to go any farther than that, but why not help somebody else build their fish store back and help the community? Not that the other person hasn't helped the community either. I'm just saying it can be done. It's been done before. Why can't it be done to help somebody get their fish store back? And
somebody who has suffered a giant loss.
Exactly.
This isn't somebody trying to...
We have a great community here. We can help build this back somehow.
Right.
Well, it won't happen overnight, it takes time, but...
And listen, folks, let me be very clear. We were not asked to do this. We do not know these people. I just had to look up his name. I mean, we don't know we're doing this for no other reason than this is our community. This is...
And this is not that far from us. It's like 3 or 4 hours from us. So
there's a very good chance. We've entertained the idea of driving down to Florida. I still think that's going to be what ends up happening because of you. But
I said I'll go on the plane.
That's the kind of thing.
I think you're chickening out.
What? No, that's the kind of thing. Fayetteville is on the way down to Orlando. We could easily swing through. I mean, we've talked about doing like stopping at a few fish stores on the way down. If we end up driving, it very possibly could have been that shop we might have stopped at, and so it is pretty close to us.
It's not. It's like an hour from Kinsey.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, it's not that far away. Be nice to go to the new fish store though, because they're going to rebuild. I know they will.
We're talking about it, and that is good. I hope it goes well. The store near us that burnt down about 45 minutes from us in Tappahannock, Virginia, a store that we had been to many, many times. In fact,
Gordon, the great big tortoise.
The
so
Oscar that we had for so long, that our youngest picked out when he was like 6 and he's now 17. We bought him there. It was like $4 for a little quarter-size Oscar that we had for 10 years. So. And
he was a good Oscar.
He was awesome. But that came from that store. That store burnt down. It's same as this, pretty much a total loss. The tortoise, Gordon, was spared. He survived it.
And then they named their new store Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of the store when it was.
I remember in the beginning what it was, like the first store, because we went there and it was an older building too.
Yeah, I cannot remember the name of it, but when they reopened, they called it Gordon's, and that's cool. I have not been to the new spot, and it's been a very long time. Shame on me, but yeah, we're doing this because we are in the community. We have a voice in the community. We have the ability to get word out there about this, that a member of our community needs help. So we're not trying to save the world. We're not trying to be heroes. It's just, it makes sense for us to do it. And we're doing it for no other reason. We don't stand to gain from this other than feeling good if we can get some donations going through there. And that's all that we need to do. We've donated. We donated pretty big. So I'm hoping that all of you will do the same thing too.
Yes.
Again, I know some people can't do it. And if you can't, I get it. But at least if you were entertaining the idea of super chatting us tonight, don't. Send it there instead. $5, $1, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Send it there. So I don't know what more really that can be said. I can sit here and sob over it and talk about how sad I am about it, but it would just be saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. The point is, these people lost their shop, they lost their business, and we can help them bring it back.
Exactly.
What we did not seem to mention, or I forgot to mention, they did not have insurance to cover this, which is, we don't need all the people which they were doing it before the stream started. We don't need people saying in the chat, this is why people have insurance. I'm pretty sure they know. I'm pretty sure they know that it would have been nice if they had insurance, but you know what? Times get tough, and that's going to be one of the first things that goes. We know from experience. So, they didn't have insurance. So if they're going to come back, it's going to be starting from scratch, and we can help them to do that. So
yeah, I think it would be awesome. I feel confident that they can come back.
I sure hope so. I mean, and I hope we can help them on the way to do just that. So, yeah, I don't know. You got anything else more you want to say about it?
No, I just hope everybody helps. I really do. It's hard for me to talk about it because I'm an emotional person when it comes to people being sad and losing stuff and animals dying. So it's probably better I don't talk about it too much because I feel so bad for them.
This is something that does hit us maybe a little bit harder than others because we've been there. We've been in those shoes. We haven't lost our business due to a fire, but we've worked that business, and we know the challenges of that every single day.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
so
no
when
vacations, no time off, no nothing. I mean, being somebody that works from home, we're lucky to be able to do that, and we're still working all day. Like we get up and we're working until we almost right before we go to bed. And believe it or not, I mean, we work in our fish rooms too, and I mean, that's why I'm tired. I've been in my fish room all day working. And, you know, it's just that those are the things that we do. And when you have a store that you have to make sure you're paying the bills and you're paying either employees or family members or whatever, you're not just working to take care of the fish and the customers coming in. You're just always working. I guess that's my point. And it's to keep a roof over your head, a roof over the store.
Oops.
And it's so much harder.
I mean, being self-employed is a blessing. It is a beautiful thing, but it is a challenge that you really don't know until you are. And I've been self-employed since 2004, so I got a good understanding of what it's all about. But when you're full-time, when you are a business owner, you are never not working, period. I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night. You're thinking about this needs to be done, that needs to be done. And so I know
fish to feed.
I don't know what Joseph Spano looks like. He could walk in this room right now. I wouldn't know it was him. So I've never met him. I don't know anything about him. And I can tell you that man probably worked 16, 18 hours a day, every single day. And then to watch that go up in smoke, it's wow.
And that doesn't even touch how he felt inside about, or any of them. You know, I'm not saying just him because it was a family business, but people get attached to their pets. Can you even imagine? Even the ones that you sell, I get attached to the ones that I take care of and have to ship off. I can't even imagine.
And I've seen a couple of people asking, because, you know, people are still coming in, so they don't know what's going on. They've asked what the deal is. A store called Aquarama Pet Shop in Fayetteville, North Carolina, basically burnt to the ground. The other thing that people are asking is, were all the animals lost? No. Again, from what I've seen in the newspaper article and then in the little news thing that they did about it, there were quite a few animals that did survive and some fish survived. They showed some footage of people carrying bags of fish out of the store. And some of the reptiles and things like that did survive, but they did lose a lot. And they lost the store. So it is, in my opinion, a total loss. And the people have to start all over again. And I feel for them, for sure. So
You want to, all these people
well, how about that? Okay. I don't know. Wow. I don't know if all of these people are from us, but
no, I said say the names from us up.
Yeah. Jessica Wingler.
That's Jessica Graney.
Okay. Sorry, Jess. Anonymous. Thank you too. I'm not going to say numbers because that doesn't matter. Because any amount helps. Dia Ryan, Colleen Marshall, another anonymous. Hey, you don't want any attention for it? I appreciate that. Mike Howe, Fish Tank Barn, Tiffany White, and Michael Phillips Lisa just pulled it up on her phone. So all of those have come in since we donated. So I'm assuming those are people that are in here. 90% perished. See, wow.
That's terrible.
I felt better when I thought more than that. 90%, that is, oh my. Okay, apparently somebody from that store is in here. April Jameson, we had 1 parrot, some turtles, 3 lizards, and a handful of fish that were saved. Yeah, that's brutal. I also read in that article that they were as stocked as they've ever been when this happened.
Oh, man.
Even now, doing what we do now, where, you know, we sell fish, we sell dry goods. I know when we put out all that money and get all of our shelves full of stuff and it feels so good, and then you're like, now we just got to hope people buy it, and then to watch all of that go up in smoke, wow, that's brutal. Mm-hmm. It is so sad. Yes, Danny Cook just said, oh, no, This is Kev Sully, by the way. Okay. So I thought it was somebody saying thanks to Kev. Thank you, Kev, for bringing this to our attention. Hopefully we can make a dent here into it. They're a long way away from their goal, and that's, if I'm to be blunt, disgraceful, because this is a strong community, and
But this may be the first time that the YouTube fish community has heard about it. As far as it seems like a lot of people in chat have heard, but maybe they just didn't know how to help. You
Right.
know, so this is how you can help.
well, yeah, if you want to know how you can help, we're doing our part right here. If you want to know how you can do it, don't share this video. I mean, you can, but just share the GoFundMe. Put it on your
Yeah.
Facebook, put it on your Twitter, on your Instagram, blast it all over the place. Hopefully, it'll get out there. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have 9 followers. Those 9 followers, there might be one of those people that decides to also share it. And next thing you know, they tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends. You know how
Right,
that whole thing works.
exactly.
So it could
Exactly.
grow into something really big. They actually had, where did I see it? I think it's Better Homes and Gardens did a piece on it, which is really cool, and I'm super glad that they did that. Let's see if we can get more donations than they did. That's a big time organization. That would be amazing. So, yeah, let's be competitive about it, because I want to see as much money as possible go into there, because I know if I were in that position, I wouldn't want to ask for it, but I sure would hope that the donations came through. So
I know. I want to, like I said, I want to see them rebuild, and I feel positive about it. We could take a negative and turn it into a positive.
and if they rebuild, it's only a few hours down the road. We could go
Oh,
down there and
yeah.
tour the new shop. How about that?
Exactly.
I mean, they haven't invited us, but it's
We're-
going to be a
we're gonna
public
go.
store. We'll
Yeah.
just walk in
We'll
and we'll
just
say,
go
"Hey,
anyway."
we're here,"
Yeah.
and see how it. Probably won't even bring cameras. We'll need to show everybody. But
Well, yeah, exactly. Because if you've, donated to GoFundMe, then you need to see what you helped rebuild. So
absolutely. So, April Jameson, if you are part of the family there, or you're employed, or whoever you are, you're obviously attached in some way. Maybe you've said it in chat and I just haven't been able to see that. Do reach out if you get things back up and running. We'd love to take a trip down there and see what you all got going on. And I mean,
there was a lady in here named Monica. I believe she was a part of the store too. I just don't know how.
it's so hard to find, because we have so many beautiful people in here that are talking and talking and talking, and it makes it difficult to be able to single out just one. But it doesn't matter who it is. If you are affiliated with that shop, when you get things back up and running, kgtropicals@gmail.com. Give us an email or whatever. Y'all are invited anytime once we get back on track. Cool.
Yay.
But we're going to need you to let us know that you're back on track, because I mean, we don't have a way to keep track of absolutely everything, but I would love to be able to come down there and show what's going on, and possibly even do one of those things where if the old building is still standing, go by there and say, this is what it used to be, and here's the new place. I don't know. I'm a content creator, so stuff starts popping through my head all the time. So, but we'll make a big deal out of it, and maybe we can get a couple other YouTubers to meet us down there. We'll do a whole meetup thing or something. The world seems to be slowly going back to normal, and so hopefully by then we can all feel safe to do something like that, and we can have a big old shindig down there in Fayetteville. Be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So, yes, if there's any more that we can do, let us know. I would love to know what more we could do, but yeah, we're rooting for you. We're going to do what we can, and hopefully we can get you back on track. What are you awing about?
Monica Redline. It's her dad.
Oh, Monica.
I knew the name Monica was part of the store. I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. How?
Okay, Monica, listen, this is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to copy that phone number down, and then I'm going to delete that comment. The reason for it your dad don't want his number out there to everybody on YouTube. So don't be offended, but we have to remove it because I don't want your dad getting calls, even though they would be nice people like, hey, how can I help? You know,
But not always.
I don't.
There's some weird people out there too.
Right. So, but I did take it down, and we'll see what we can do. I hope that what we're able to do is able to help. I hope it does. And we'll talk about it for the next couple of weeks. We'll mention it, and hopefully we can get the word out there. Maybe I'll edit something into Sunday's video, do a quick little thing about it. So anyway, yeah, there you go. I hope that helps, and I'm gonna remind you folks throughout the stream here tonight. It's almost like we're doing a what do they call it? Like a telethon kind of thing. I will be reminding mainly because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to leave because they have to go somewhere. And then there's going to be new people that are going to come into the stream and they're not going to know anything about it. So just expect that there's going to be some repeat, not going through the whole thing all over again. But yeah, I'll be reminding you because when we see something like this, we need to do something about it.
Whoa.
Last time, what? Is there a lot more? Okay, she's handing me the phone again.
Start with Mike Phillips. You already did him. So
Rihanna,
everything up.
Rhiannon Atkin, I always say that name wrong. Christine Richardson, Jeffrey Horcher, Brandon Luther III, Melissa Jeswald, Shayna L. Frado, Chris Lawson, Multi-Tank Addiction, coming in with a banger, $25 there. Jeffrey Wilson, Ian Zankman with 50. Wendy Bishop, I'm sorry, I'm reading numbers. That's you know, every single one of these is big. Exactly. 20, 25, 50, 25,
it
25.
Doesn't matter how much it is. Your generosity is appreciated.
That's right. That's impressive. See, now I feel a little bit better because in the beginning there it was like, man, nothing's happening. Maybe it just takes a minute for for GoFundMe to update. So.
Well, they're probably like, whoa, every minute we're getting one. How do we do this?
Xanadu just brought up a really good point. Put a banner across the screen. I would absolutely do that. It's not something I can just do on the fly though. Maybe I'll do that next week. Unless the GoFundMe has reached its goal. But I'm going to say this. That goal that the GoFundMe has of $60,000, that ain't even going to put a dent into starting the store back up again. So we need to do better than that. I mean, come on.
Well,
we've seen $90,000 raised in 48 hours. We've seen that, and that's fine. We don't have a problem with that.
Wasn't for us.
No, it didn't have anything to do with us. We've all seen that happen. There's no reason why we can't do this again.
I mean, it happens every day. You know, people.
I'm talking about in our community.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying in general, it happens every day, and people get, you know, stuff like that for things that are needed, and sometimes things that aren't that important. But this is super duper important.
Totally agreed. We could literally talk about this for the entire hour and a half, but I'm afraid we'd be just repeating ourselves over and over and over again. The bottom line is, folks, link in the description. Anybody that is able to, I think it's only mods that can share links. Mods, feel free. The link is down there in the description to the GoFundMe. Share it every 5 minutes if you want to, so people know what's going on there. This isn't just somebody that came into some bad luck. This is a member of our community that lost everything, including a lot of lives. And these are lives that every single one of us, 475 people in here right now, every single one of us obsess over doing what we can do for these little lives. They lost them because of this. So let's put that fire out and let's get them up to their goal. I mean, I'm realistic. It's not going to happen during this stream.
Right.
I wish I had that kind of power, but I do think within the next couple of weeks we can not only achieve that goal, but we can do a whole lot better than that. Mm-hmm. So this community has come together for GoFundMes that we have promoted in the past. for good reasons, and we'd love to see that happen again. Again, we don't know these people, never met them before, never been to that store. It doesn't matter because they're one of us. So let's take care of them. There we go. I've said that like 12 times. Let's talk about a couple of exciting things that we've done on our website. Just kind of change of pace here real quick. Take a little bit of a break from that, but we will be back to it. Don't worry. We've done a couple of pretty cool things on our site that I wanted to make all of you aware of because a lot of people have been waiting for this. Particularly beta people have been waiting. They've been watching and they've been waiting for us to redo shipping and make priority mail available for betas to be shipped to your door. Well, guess what? It happened today. We made that available. And so if you've been looking at betas on our website, but shipping is too expensive, I get it. I mean, since Christmas time, was it right around Christmas that we switched it over?
Yeah.
We went through the entire bulk of the hard winter. It wasn't a hard winter, but you know what I mean, like when it's really winter, where the only option that we had available for shipping fish was next day air with UPS, which is great, but it's also extremely expensive. And so I totally understand the people that are like, I'm not going to buy a $40 fish and pay $59 to have it shipped. There are some that have done that, and I know that it's outrageous. It doesn't cost that much for everybody, but you get somebody in Oregon that orders a fish next day air. It's very possible it could be $59. And
it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's been plenty of people that have done that. I completely understand the people who didn't want to. If that has been your thing and you're looking to get a beta from us, you have the option of priority mail now, which, you know, in a lot of situations, it might be $13-14 for us to ship your fish out there.
And I started updating the website again with some new betas, so.
Yes, I do want to mention one thing here, folks. This is very, very important, and please understand where we're coming from here. We have a live guarantee on our fish. If you order a fish from us, it's guaranteed to get to you alive. There's only one exception to that. Sometimes, if you go on the website and you put a fish in your cart and you go to checkout and it asks you for your shipping options, sometimes you'll see priority mail is an option. It's always going to be an option. But sometimes when you see priority mail, it's going to say underneath it 3 days. That would be our friends that live in Oregon or California or Montana or Colorado, Nevada, the western part of this country. A lot of times you might see that it'll say 3 days. If it says 3 days, do not do priority mail. You can do it. We will ship your fish that way. And in 99% of the cases, your fish is going to be fine. However, we're not going to guarantee that. We will guarantee it as long as the system says 2 days or below. Most of the country is going to be priority 2 days. So you order something, we'll send it out the next available shipping day, and it'll be to you 1 or 2 days later using priority mail. The system's going to tell you that. If the system tells you 3 days and you choose that, you're also choosing to not have that guarantee. But it's still going to get to you safe, but you know, it's a risk. But I completely understand if you don't want to pay $60 for overnight shipping and it's the cheaper option, I totally get it. Priority Express is also an option, which is cheaper than UPS overnight. It's 1 to 2 days, and you got your full live arrival guarantee if you choose Priority Express, and full live arrival guarantee if you choose priority mail and the system tells you 2 days or less.
Right.
Now, let me just be clear, and then we're going to move on to something else. If the system says 2 days and we ship it and it takes longer than 3 days, your guarantee is still intact. It doesn't mean we don't cover it if it takes over 2 days. If it's the Postal Service's fault, and it happens sometimes, it happened a lot in November and December when the world fell apart back then. And when that's the case, that's not the customer's fault. That's not our fault. It's the Postal Service fault. We will still cover you on that. But if the system says 2 days or 3 days and you choose that, it's on you. I hate to be that way, but that's the way it has to be. But it's a major savings, so I wouldn't blame you if you took that option. Last thing, real quick, about our website, and then we'll get into some stuff that's going on here in the chat. Even though everybody is talking about the situation in Fayetteville, so we'll probably get back to talking about that. But right. 2 other things, actually. One, very, very easy, very, very quick. Free shipping on orders $79.99 or above. That's another thing that we have put back into play. This does not include fish, ladies and gentlemen. This would only be for dry goods orders. So just know that going in. But if you're trying to pick up a tidal filter or some fish food and a bunch of chemicals or something like that, over $79.99, free shipping. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter how many pieces you got in the order. And the last thing is, very excited about this, your idea. You don't like when I give you idea or when I credit you for things.
I don't. It's weird. I always tell him, even though it's my idea, please don't tell people it's my idea. And what are you doing? I have no idea what you're getting ready to say.
I'm going to do both. I'm going to say both. Oh. She really doesn't like this, folks, and I don't understand it when she doesn't like being given credit. If I have a good idea, I like to be given credit for that. This new thing that we added to the website, we started bundling products for a discount. We noticed a lot of products were purchased together frequently. And so we decided these are things that betta lovers seem to pick up regularly, these 3 products together. So we'll just start offering those as a bundle and take a couple bucks off of the price. And so we've done that with actually 5 different bundles. We have one which is 4 different medications. We have a betta food one, a betta water quality one, which is really cool. It is Betta Guard, dark water, and pH neutralizer all in one bundle. You save like $2 or $1.50, $2. I don't remember exactly. So it's a really cool option, and it, you get to get all 3 products at the same time, and you get to save a little bit of money. So it's very cool. Depending on what happens with that, we will be adding more bundles down the road. If people are liking that and they are taking advantage of the bundles, then we might start looking at other ones. And like I have one right now that is a cichlid food bundle, which is the Hikari Cichlid Excel, which is my favorite Hikari food, bar none. Big Fella from Extreme and Nice from Extreme, all 3 of those. Those containers are offered in different sizes. Right now, they're all in the small sizes. If a lot of people are buying that, maybe we'll start offering that in the larger containers of food. Same thing with the pellet sizes. If we get a lot of people ordering it, but then a lot of people are asking, well, how come you're not doing it with the smaller pellets? We might start doing that too. It's a work in progress. And if it seems to be a lot of things, a lot of people are taking advantage of it, then we'll open it up to more. So there we go. You got more to update on there?
Yes.
You read them. I don't need to read them.
Okay, so in the last 10 minutes, we have a few more donations. Stephen Phillips, Mark Ingbranson. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, Mark, if I didn't. Myroslav Tomchik, John Bamberger, Work Acuna, Alicia McGill Williams, Barbara Jackson, Sherry Kramer, and Anonymous, and Carl Gable.
Thank
you so much. That is so wonderful. Gosh, that's amazing.
Awesome. That's what we want to see.
So far, 30 people, I think, have donated. I could be wrong, but it could be more.
There's 487 people in here, according to the numbers that I can see, and only 30 people have donated? Come on.
I appreciate all 30 of you.
Of course, absolutely. But
You're just
I
talking
understand.
about others, but
Yeah,
you
that
know
means-
what? We have children, we have people that can't afford it, and you know,
And that's
it's
totally
okay.
understandable.
Even if you can't donate, share the link. Share it. You know, I mean, everything helps somehow. Everything helps.
Absolutely. Now you needed to get your credit on something else.
Oh boy.
Folks, I am thrilled with the new style, it's not really a new format, but the new style of video that we put up on Sunday. And apparently y'all enjoyed it too, because it's doing well for us, and I'm so very, 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 very happy about that. The whole concept of doing the true or false format was the beautiful Lisa Marie's idea. And when she had that idea, she immediately said, I don't want you saying it was my idea.
I know, I did say that. I said, please don't say it was my idea.
The reason why it's important to me
I like everybody to think you do it all.
But
all
that's
that,
no.
everything.
I do not want that, because you deserve credit just like I do, and it's unfortunate that a lot of people do see this channel as me, because the first 8 years of this channel was just me,
Hey,
pretty
I
much.
did a little bit.
You did. You were behind the scenes all the time, but then you did a few videos, and they were fantastic. One of our most watched videos at the time was one of yours. But a lot of people do associate the channel with me, and that's not fair, particularly the last couple of years. So when you come up with a good idea, you deserve to be recognized for that. And that was a good idea. And I got to tell you, I go through periods on YouTube where I'm like, I want to try something different. I talk about it all the time. I'm desperate to try something different. And without fail, I try something different, and it never does well. Cry me a river, I know, but it never takes off like the 10 things concept did, or maybe this one will. And I always revert back to doing what we did that did make us successful. And it makes sense. I mean, if you're doing something right, stop trying to change it. So it makes sense to go back to what works. And I got to tell you, the whole process from start to finish, I had like 5 videos written, ready to go, all mapped out.
You did.
And when she came up with the concept of doing true or false, I scrapped them all and rewrote everything.
I know. I was like, don't do that. Just do it afterwards. And
But
you're
it
like,
was
no.
it was so much fun. The whole process, writing the videos, setting it up, filming, editing, all of it, so much fun. I'm so glad. Whether the videos do well or not, I had so much fun doing it. And I can't wait to show you more of them, because we've recorded a few of them, and they're going to be a lot of fun.
I have 13 videos to write my own scripts for.
Rhiannon says, I would say I definitely see the channel as being both of you. The two of you together is the perfect dynamic, educational, funny, and couple goals.
Aw,
Thank you. See,
you.
that's what I'm trying to say. And if you haven't heard yet, we are both going to be on stage at Aquashella, the main stage, which I think is the only stage, doing a talk about couples and fish keeping.
they have a lot of different rooms for stuff there in the conference.
But
The
everybody on the
conference-
website says main stage, so I don't think it's going to be like a music festival where you got an A stage and a B stage. All the talks are going to be done from one stage, I
It's
think.
a stage.
Yeah.
Oh.
We are going to be doing a talk, and it's going to be exactly about what Rhiannon was just talking about. We're going to be talking about couples and fish keeping. Now, it's a beautiful thing. Sean Hale from Fritz, who is also 50% owner of Aquashella, shared on his Facebook our announcement that we're going to be doing our talk, and that kind of sealed the deal. The deal was already sealed, but that kind of made it real for me when I saw that. I was like, oh. And then, of course, I showed it to you, and I'm like, look how exciting it is. And you're like, why'd you use that picture?
Because it was from 10 years ago.
That's okay. I mean, it's fine. You still look the same. I look the same, except 25 pounds more on me. But But no, they picked
No, they did good. I mean, they did a great job. I was
probably
just
the
like,
best
wow.
photograph of us that's ever been taken is that one. And my sister took
your
that
sister
photo.
Took it, yeah.
My sister took that photo at my other sister's house, and we've used that photo for a lot of things.
That was our main photo for the
a
store.
lot of things. Yeah.
The original website. When did we start that one? Like 2000 and
The website?
yeah, 12,
2011.
13? We did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 12 or 13. Gosh,
It flies. We opened the
Yeah.
store in 2013. But yeah, we're going to be talking on stage, and we're going to be talking about the dynamic of couples in fish keeping and the positive things that can come from that. I don't think we're going to talk about any negatives because I don't believe that there is. I mean, I don't know that there is any negatives from it other than you're always spending a lot of money. Everybody
always spend. The positive is you don't have to like convince the other person to spend money on fish stuff. You know, it's like, let's
If
buy a
you're-
fish. Okay.
Yeah, if your spouse is not into fish keeping and you tell them, I'm going to go to the fish store, they're like, why is he going there again? Or why is she going there again? But when it's,
Us, we're like,
oh, can I go?
can I go? I want to go. Actually, with us,
I know
I'm
exactly
the one,
what you're going to say right
I'm
now.
the one that's like, let's go to House of Tropicals, and you're like, but I've got to finish editing this video, and I'm like, but I don't want to drive across the bridge by myself. Take one of the kids. I still have to drive.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. She wants to go to a store that's 2 hours away, and she doesn't want to have to be the one that drives, so she invites
I don't like
me to go.
drive over that bridge. It's really high over
Yeah.
water.
But it is a fun getaway day. Go to a fish store, walk around, and it's very, very fun. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that stuff. We are going to kind of tell our story of our fish keeping journey, and then also talk about the pros of couples in fish keeping. So originally, like I said last week, I was going to do a talk that was going to be titled "The Religion of Fish Keeping." And I think when Aquashella shared it on their Facebook, they were still under the impression that that's what our talk was going to be, because it says they're going to talk about the religion of fish keeping. So we may kind of weave a little bit of that into it. I think I can do the two together, and then we'll do some Q&A and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah,
I want to thank a couple more people.
please do.
Where am I? Okay. Daniel and Carol Hefferson, Christina Knight, Nathan Gutowski, Delilah Walton, J.D. Williams, and Amy Kennedy. Thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot.
There, just as I've been saying, there are people that are coming in and saying, why is there firefighters in the thumbnails and stuff like that? What we've been talking about almost this entire stream so far is a store called Aquarama in Fayetteville, North Carolina, that we have never been to. Was a full-line pet store that sold reptiles, birds, fish, everything, literally burnt to the ground a couple of weeks ago. Complete loss. Not 100% of the animals that were in the store were lost, but about 90% of the animals were lost. And so we are encouraging everyone that's watching this today to click the link in the description to the GoFundMe to help them rebuild their store, not only their store, but their business and their livelihood. So if you have a couple spare bucks, don't super chat it to us. I see a few people broke that rule. I'm not going to yell at them though. But if you have a few extra dollars, send it over to that GoFundMe. And if you were planning on super chatting us, just send it to that.
I think you should probably address the super chat.
I will.
I can't talk.
I will. Eric Pellegrino, who I know why this happened. Thanks for the great customer service, John and Lisa. You were very welcome. Jeff H. pooped on us. Melissa Jeswald, Crush climbs a floating plant and puts his nose out of the water for his extreme pellets to be dropped into his mouth. That's hilarious.
You know what? That is so awesome, Melissa, because you know what? I raised him right.
You got to get him on video doing that.
Yeah, he loves his extreme.
Ligate 12, are you still working on getting that building you showed us a while back? I wink for yes, two winks for no. Oh, one wink for yes, two winks for no. No. It's not a matter of working on it. If we wanted it, I think it is available. It's still in the exact same condition it was when I took you on the walk to it. So I don't know what has halted the progress. Maybe lumber being 200% more expensive than it was. I don't know. I have not talked to the owner of it. It is still an option for us. I don't think that's what we're going to do, though. We've got other plans. And
big plans.
Big plans, but it's an option. At the end of the day, though, I think it's just he's going to want too much money for it. And it's not that it's not worth that. It's just,
if we can do the same thing here for the time being, then it just makes sense to save the overhead. Been there, done that.
Yeah. We've gotten so used to running our business out of the house, we kind of like it. And because it's both of us that work the business equally, it's not I do all the work and she sits around or the other way around. We're both equal partners in this. We both do as much work as the other. It's nice to be able to do that from home, even though she comes in the room and bugs me every 5 minutes when I'm trying to work. But
I do.
She does.
I do.
Fish tank barn, only I go down water slides, not fish. Mike, if I ever see that, I'm getting it on video and it's going on the channel.
Have we found out if he's going to Florida?
He's not here anymore. He came in, he gave his ice cream donation, and then he bailed, I bet you. But if you are here, Mike, I do want to know if you're going there. Multi-Tank Addiction, just wanted to say thank you to both of you for all your help growing my channel to 2K. And it's because of people like you always willing to help others.
That's
Congratulations
so awesome.
on that, my friend.
Yeah, congrats.
I also, I'm so glad, Chris, super happy for you. Congratulations. If we had anything to do with that, I'm super thrilled. I want to send out another congratulations too, and I would have probably forgotten again if Chris had not mentioned that one of my friends, you can't have him, he's my friend. He's only my friend. I meant to shout him out last week. Not going to say his real name because I don't know if he puts it out there what his real name is. But
it's my friend too then.
No, he's mine.
It's my friend too then. Anybody on YouTube that's your friend is my friend.
My friend that I call Turbo, and I am Ozone. I'm just joking. That's a break-in reference. You all know him as Fishy Biz Aquatics.
My friend.
Spent a couple hours with him yesterday on a Zoom call. He has just achieved something that is an incredibly difficult feat.
Yes.
And super proud of him. He just graduated and got his second master's degree. And I bet you all don't know that. If you have not, first of all, if you haven't watched Fishy Biz, I met Fishy Biz. It was like, see, this is what's funny. Oh, Mike's driving. I get you, Mike. Drive. Don't pay attention to what typing on here. You're breaking the law in Michigan. Jeez. Or maybe he's saying he's driving to Aquashella, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
It's funny because I didn't even remember this. I met Fishy Biz in Chicago. We hung out, him and his boy, Mr. 3000. Probably spent more time with him than anybody else that weekend. It was a blast. There's Mr. 3000 right there. Those two guys are crazy. They're crazy. And if they had their way, they would have had me up all night. But I had to say, no, y'all, I'm out. Can't hang with y'all. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Lisa just made me fly 2,000 miles and drive 1,000 miles. And
I was at home sick in bed all weekend.
Anyway, had a blast with those guys. Those two guys are awesome. And 3,000, I hope you're going to be down there in Orlando too. But anyway, we've been friends since then. And after that, Fishy Biz, I keep trying to not say his name, reminded me that I used to do this series on YouTube, which I had so much fun with. It was basically a Q&A type thing, except it was people that submitted questions in the comment section of the videos, and I would answer them on video the following week. Well, he was one of those questions that I answered.
And really?
And this was way before Aquashella. And he was so thrilled about that. He made a whole video about the fact that I answered his question.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's really funny. But
that's That's so cool.
But yeah, this dude he has become a friend. He looks just like Lawrence Fishburne, which is not an insult. But
And now we can officially call Fishy Biz the master fish keeper. Fishy Biz is
Show
the
enough.
master fish keeper.
show enough. And he knows what I'm saying when I say show enough. And anybody else that when you say who's the master, well, Fishy Biz is, and you have to say show enough. If you know what I'm referring to when I say that, you are a friend of mine, because that is that's a deep cut right there. And as far as I know, only Fishy Biz and I know about that. But I'd love to hear people in the chat say what that's from. But anyway, congratulations to you, Fishy Biz. That is a big deal. And if you all have not seen his channel, go check it out. We were brainstorming yesterday, talking about ideas and things like that. So maybe you might start seeing some of my ideas come through in that channel. He's not going to start making true or false videos in front of a green screen and have a hot chick in the videos with him. He's not going to be doing that. At least I don't think so. But, you know, anyway. So, yeah, there you go. Paul Martin shared his channel. Very good. Go over there. Listen,
Paul
don't
Martin is here. Yay.
don't go to Last Dragon. A couple of people said it. Yes, good job. Good job. Who's the master? Don't click that link that Paul Martin just shared and just go over there and automatically subscribe to Fishy Biz because I said to. Don't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah, do it.
No,
Do
go over
it. Go
there,
subscribe.
watch his videos, and you will like them, and then you subscribe. That's how you do it.
He is awesome. He does so much for the kids in the community too, and I mean, he's just great. He's a great guy.
He is a school teacher. He teaches middle school. So, I mean, you know he's got to have a big heart to be able to do that. I think it's middle school.
No,
Shame
I thought
on
it
me.
was high school.
No,
Oh,
come on. What is it, Fishy Biz? I thought it was like 8th grade. I thought he said. Anyway, and that's middle school where I come from.
Yeah, it was when I was there too.
Sure enough looked like Busta Rhymes. Yes, he does. And I've seen that actor. Literally, none of the other actors from that movie have I ever seen in anything else except that guy. And when he's not playing Show Enough, he's actually normal looking and he doesn't look like Busta Rhymes. But yeah, he definitely does look. If they did a documentary or a life story of Busta Rhymes and that guy was like 35 years younger, he could play Busta Rhymes for sure. Or maybe if they were going to make a movie about that actor, they could have Busta Rhymes play him. What am I doing here? I don't know. But
I want to thank a few more people.
please do.
Thank you for donating Danny Cook, Adam Brown, Richard Joseph Angelia, Debbie Lewis, and Paul McCarthy. Oh, how did you do that, Paul? You're in another country, I thought.
GoFundMe takes money from everywhere.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. You guys are also awesome. Wow.
And then I want to shout out real quick and then make a small announcement here. BKOEOGHYT. I don't even know how to say that one, but came in with a big thumbs up, $4.49. Thank you so much for that. Dave Gonzalez became a new member, and Ricky Angela gave $5 by way of super chat. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. Next time you're talking, I'm going to total up. I told you, I'm going to total up all of the super chats that have come through for us, and I will be sending that to that GoFundMe, the full amount, which means I'm going to take a little bit of a hit on it. I don't really care. But that's what I'm going to do. So if you are someone, if you don't know what we're talking about, just a brief little recap: a store in North Carolina, a pet store, burnt down, total loss, completely gone, everything. They got to start from scratch. The link that's being shared in the description is to the GoFundMe for that store to rebound and get things back together again. Fishy Biz says high school. See,
I told you.
I look like the idiot.
Who's the friend? Who's the friend, Fishy
Lisa
Biz?
is always right. 9th and 10th graders.
Yeah.
I could have swore it said middle school. I feel like a jerk
You don't
now, but
listen.
you know,
I know this.
in some states, 9th grade is still middle school.
You said 8th grade. You thought it was 8th grade.
I know, but I've never claimed to be the smart one. So anyway, yeah, if you were entertaining the idea of super chatting, don't, even though Fishy Biz just did. Don't do that, because then at the end, the GoFundMe gets less. So Instead, send it directly to that GoFundMe. Don't send us any money tonight. There's no reason to. Send it to that GoFundMe. It's going to a good place. It's not somebody that's just down on their luck. It's somebody that has lost everything. They're a member of our community. Come on, we can do it. So there we go. I don't have anything else in here, so we are reliant on the chat tonight, which is a good thing because that's what I wanted tonight. I didn't want the super chats coming through to us. Tank Mates for African Cichlids video was great, Fishy Biz. Got me on track to fish keeping. It's fish keeping YouTube. See, there you go. Fishy Biz is having an impact. Please have something to say so I can total up these super chats.
I'm just kidding. I know that's from a movie or something. You know, that like shock look, like, anyway, I'm just going to be quiet. I do want to say that the GoFundMe is almost at 7,000. I believe it was like around 5,600
when we started.
5,600 when we started. So that's amazing to get all of those donations in the last hour. That's absolutely amazing. And like I said, if you can't donate, it's
nobody's going to be mad at you.
It's okay. I mean, we're not all able to donate. We're either, you know, I'm not going to say we because I'm old enough, but not everybody is old enough. You know, if you're in school or you're just down on your luck and you can't do it, it's okay. But if you can share, that's just as good as a donation because that sharing might get somebody else to donate. So, you know, we really appreciate it.
So I was going to do, I totaled it up, $50.47 is the super chats that have come through. I'm not going to do it now though, but I will do it before the end of the stream because there might be a couple more that come through. People don't realize what's going on and they send super chats and that's very nice of them to do it. Mm-hmm. Whatever of those come through, then I will do that there too. But whatever comes through in super chat is going to get donated to that GoFundMe. But just don't do that because more money goes there. Mm-hmm. You know, too many people need to take a cut from super chats. They take a cut from the super chat and then we send it along and then another cut gets taken by GoFundMe and all. So just, yeah, don't even worry about that. Just send it directly to them. I just took the chat down. There we go. Oh. Somebody donating, somebody saying they can do the tile work. And it's Steve Rogers himself. It's Captain America.
Whoa,
wow. So he'll do it in like 44 seconds. It'll be done. That's really cool. See, that is something special there because we all know that when it comes to building anything, the overwhelming majority of the expense is labor. And so if you are somebody that lives in the Fayetteville area and you're willing to donate your time, I'm sure that would be very welcomed. Especially if you have a skill somehow that can help. Absolutely. I mean, that would be really, you might not be able to donate financially. Hey, it's rough right now. We get it, especially with gasoline and everything else. I know it's rough. You can't donate financially. Everybody understands that, but maybe you might be able to donate a little bit of time, even if it's just sweeping a broom. I mean, hey, I'm sure it would be very much appreciated. Speaking of gas, anybody on the East Coast, you know what we're talking about? Pretty crazy times. Gas stations closed down, people going nuts. You were one of those people, don't even lie. No, I needed gas. I had to get gas because I had to go to the doctor's the next day, so I went and got gas. And it was insane at the gas station. Like, there are 3 gas stations right off the road when you if you go down the road where we live at and you go on the main road, there's a gas station here, a gas station here, and a gas station there. And they were out to the road because there were lines and people were lining up at the gas pumps. They had they had gas cans filling them up with gas, and then you know, you hear about like the community Facebook page for like our area. This gas station's out of gas, and this gas station doesn't have gas anymore, or this one only has the premium, and it was insane. Yeah.
So I started worrying. I was like, crap, I better go buy some more toilet paper because people are going to start thinking we're not going to be able to get toilet paper. We can't go to the gas station and get gas. We're going to be stuck at home. We better go buy toilet paper. And so I was like, I should probably go buy toilet paper. But then I stopped myself. I was like, no, I'm not going there again. I am going to just go home and leave that toilet paper at the store.
You've still got a stockpile of toilet paper from the beginning of COVID.
No, it wasn't from the beginning. It was from when I could finally buy it. And I freaked out a little bit because I was like, now I have to buy it every other time I go to the store so I don't run out, because I was like scarred by that. Having to get up at 6 a.m. to try to be the first person to get there because we're using tissues and paper towels for toilet paper.
Real first world problems there. Oh,
I know.
Poor you.
I know, but it was my mission to be there and get toilet paper. It was crazy at that time.
Yeah, it is thankfully we don't have that problem anymore, but I could definitely see it. I mean, one of our daughters works at a convenience store, gas station, the whole thing. And she was like, yeah, we ran out of gas like that. And then the trucks came, filled it all back up again, and like that again, gone. So people were definitely going nuts. It's, I think, back on track now, at least at where she works. As of yesterday, was it 2 days ago where you got gas?
It's still bad everywhere because the pipeline's still shut down.
Yeah, it's craziness.
Got hacked by people from another country or whatever.
Yeah, it's bananas. And fortunately, we don't have to drive to work every day, so
I
that
heard
helps.
North Carolina is worse though. Like 50-something% of gas stations are out of gas right now, and like 60-something% in North Carolina. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
And it's mainly from panic buying. A lot of it is because nobody needs to go fill up a bunch of gas cans. I want to see them go home and put it in their lawnmower. They better have really nice lawns right now because there's no excuse for that.
Our lawn hasn't had the weed whacker run through it yet.
I noticed that.
And I'm using that as the gas can for the weed whacker. That's what we call it in Virginia, as a weed whacker. It's empty. It is empty. So I haven't been able to go fill it back up because nobody's out of gas. Everybody's out of gas. I mean,
the problem with your story is he mowed the lawn on Mother's Day, and it was great. And I went outside and I looked, and I was like, wow, he forgot to weed whack around everything. That was before craziness happened, so that's not a good excuse. But it's a good try. It's a good try.
Yeah. So, yeah. The thing is, it was empty. The gas can was empty, and I just forgot to go and get the gas, and I don't think I've left the house since. So, except to go to the post office. So, and when I did go out, there was no gas. So. Anyway, yeah, there's probably a lot of people in here right now that don't know what we've been talking about. We got 15 minutes left,
yes.
And I want to remind everybody that we got somebody in our community that needs our help. They're not just down on their luck; they just haven't hit a bad spell. This is a family-run operation called. I keep forgetting the name because I want to say the owner's name, but Aquashella Pet Store in Fayetteville, North Carolina, burnt to the ground a couple of weeks ago. They lost almost everything. So there is a GoFundMe that has been shared in the chat here today, throughout the entire chat. And if you're watching this on replay, it's at the top of the description down below is the link to that GoFundMe. Head over there, donate them a couple of bucks. You can do it. A couple of dollars, not a big deal. Donate that to them, help them get back on their feet because they need it. They got to start from scratch. And believe me, you think about it and you're like, well, it's just a bunch of aquariums in a room. It's so much more than that.
It's a lot more than that.
So even if you're able to give $5, $10, $1, it will definitely help. We don't stand to gain anything from this. We're not asking you to do anything for us. Donate it to them.
They reached 7,000, which is amazing. And I want to thank Terry Giancaterino. That's a really neat name. Mr. Manish Fernando and Susan Henson. We know who that is. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. It means so much to everybody, especially these people that lost their pet store and their life. And the pets. It's terrible. That part really gets me so much because that's just sad.
We need a Steenfot versus John in a Jake Paul versus KSI style boxing match.
Oh, what?
All proceeds go towards rebuilding Aquarama.
Hey, that sounds cool.
I love that idea, but let me just ask you, Nadja, have you met Bob in person? That's a big dude. I mean, I'm not a small guy, but that's a big man, and he doesn't act like it. He says he's 6'1". It's nonsense. He's a lot bigger than that. And I will not fight him.
You thought I was... You know what's funny about that? Now that we're talking about Bob's height, you thought I was 5'5"? Didn't you ask me, aren't you 5'5"? And I said, no.
I said 5'4".
I said, no, I'm 5'2". You don't even know how tall I am, so how can you know how tall Bob is? I'm just wondering.
There is a picture floating around the internet of me holding Bob when I'm not actually holding him. It looks like I'm holding him, but I'm not. But there's also pictures of him standing next to me. He's a big fella. If I could send Fishy Biz in as my stand-in to go up against Bob all day long, because Fishy Biz might be a smidge bigger than Bob. And I don't mean bigger, I mean taller. Fishy Biz like 6'5", 6'6", big man. And Bob is close to that. So I ain't fighting Bob. And he's a lot younger than me. And no, my fighting days are over. So Bob would have to come in the house and threaten you for me to want to fight him. Even if
I could take Bob all day long.
But let me tell you something. If I was going to get paid Jake Paul or KSI money, I'd fight anyone. And I would probably not last 45 seconds, but you better believe Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, I don't care who it is. Mike Tyson. I'm not telling you I'm going to win. I'm telling you I'm going to lose miserably, but I'll take my $1 million and I'll go home and have a party. No, I won't, because I want to keep all that money for myself. I'll go home and order me a pizza, get me some movies on pay-per-view, and watch the rest of Invincible. I'm on like episode 7.
Right.
That's what I would do with my $1 million. Mm-hmm. Black eyes and dislocated this and that, wouldn't bother me.
Wouldn't bother me either when I took that half.
Okay, anyway, few people have been sharing that link. I'm very happy about that. May I say, Mr. Hudson and Miss Conroy, thankfully somebody got the names right. A lot of people think that we have the same name, but this particular live stream is a testament to your character as people. I do hope I have the honor to say that to you in person someday. That would be awesome, William.
Yeah.
Come down to Orlando. We'll be there.
Willow. I like that name, Willow.
I said William, didn't I? I meant to say Willow. My bad. It's very small. I can barely see it. But I always thought Bob was short. No, he's not. Bob towers over me. Fishy Biz says, you always want me to be your stunt double. I mean, it's the benefit of having big friends. What do you want me to say? You can talk smack to anybody when you got a guy bigger than you standing behind you. It's no big deal. Danny, somebody said, okay. So, yep, there we go. What else we got? There's no more super chats because people have been following along and saying, let's not send them to them. Let's send them to the GoFundMe. We got 9 minutes left. You got any more?
There's lots of people saying stuff in the chat.
That's what I hate right there. And that's why I don't do that, because I cannot stand going on people's super chat or people's streams and seeing this. And then you just did it.
Naja said, also, thanks for packing up my mom's birthday gift this morning. You ship so fast.
Nice.
And let's see. Multi-tank addiction is 6'1" and had to look up when he met Bob.
Yep.
Oh,
It's true.
you're agreeing with him now.
Listen, why would I make that up? Bob blows it off and he's like, I'm 6'1". No, he's not. He's not. I got a lot of friends that are taller than 6'1", and he's one of them.
Cactus Woman said, just rescued a fancy goldfish and put it in a 75-gallon. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's so sweet.
All right. So, whoops. What happened here? Why did that happen? All right. So, like I said, all right. Somebody explain this to me.
In a minute. Paul Martin just asked me a question. Me.
Oh.
Paul Martin asked, do you have any betas not listed on the site? Yes, I have a lot. I'm working on it right now. The last couple days I've been trying to do videos and pictures and start posting them because I got a pretty good, I got another, I'm like 2 shipments behind, and I need to put them up. But I've got some really nice ones coming up, some females too, some fish that we've never carried, and I'm really excited because we've got the shipping coming down now, so it'll be nice to see them all find homes. And I do have a few people that I've talked to this week about sending some rescue betas out, some rescue special needs betas. So I'm excited to get them out so that they can finally have a real home, because the containers they're in, they're temporary. They're not meant to be in there for a long time. So if I have some that have been around a while or they're just not sellable for some reason, I try to reach out to people that I know would be really good, a good fit as far as taking my special betas, because I get attached to those ones a lot more than I do the rest, even though I end up getting attached to those too. But anyways, yeah, Paul, I've got betas. What were you going to say?
I'm doing what I promised I was going to do. So if you could hold down the fort here for a second, that would be good. Because
a bunch of questions came in, so we.
Okay.
Oh, Justin Mosley said at KG Tropicals, just wanted to say thank you for sending me to Discus Hans. He has gone above and beyond for me with absolutely stunning fish. He even sent me an extra discus today, no charge. Isn't Hans the best? I mean, he's my favorite discus guy. He's such a good friend. I love that guy. He really is
Indeed.
awesome.
As promised, I just put in the donation from all of the super chats. Fortunately, most people did what I asked them to do, which was, instead of sending us super chats, send it to that GoFundMe. But if you snuck one through on us, I've taken all of that. It was $55 on top of what we donated earlier to it. If you go to that GoFundMe, you'll see it listed as KG Tropicals live stream. It's right there. 55 more dollars. And that is all of the super chats that were sent to us today by mistake. They were sent to us by mistake because they meant to send it to the GoFundMe. So, yep, there we go. I think it's 49. It says 48, but with ours included, 49 people have donated, which is awesome. That's amazing. I'm so happy about that. I still think we can do better. $7,160. That's really good, but got a long way to go. I mean, that might buy the paint for the new shop. we need to help them out. And like I said, they're only a few hours from us. We'll make a trip out of it, and we'll go down there and see them when the shop is back up and running, and we'll see what things look like. So that'll be fun. Somebody said 7105. Nope, it's 7160 because I just sent that 55. So, yep. My screen says 7160, which is good. I think it was like 5,600 or 5,400 when we started up tonight. So that's good. I thought it would be more. I thought we'd be able to get more. But hey, I'm not mad at anybody. I understand times are tough. But, you know.
And I want to also say thank you to William Winters and the Zen Ginger. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Y'all are awesome. All of you are awesome.
Okay, so we got to start winding things down. Probably the first time in months we're going to finish on time tonight, which is bizarre. I don't know what that feels like. We've been going over every single week, but broken record here, folks. Click the link that a lot of people have been sharing to that GoFundMe. Zen Ginger just sent one. People have been sending that. That has nothing to do with us. That is some fish keepers and fish retailers that need our help.
It's a family-run business. It's not like a Petco or a PetSmart. These are families. This is a family that had a fish business and a store for a long time. They put all their hard-earned money, their sweat, their love into this fish store, and it burned down. And they
burnt down to the ground.
And they need help to rebuild. They are not asking for help. Nobody has asked us for help. We're doing this because a subscriber reached out to us and just told us the story. So that's why we're doing this.
And I do think it is important that I mention it was Kev Sully that sent us that email, just making us aware of what happened. I think he said it's. I don't have the email pulled up, but I think it's somebody that lives, or that shop is close to him. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the email is, but he's the one that told me about it. And when I saw it, I looked at the news clip about it and the article, and I said, "Yep, we got to be able to do something about this."
Yes.
And you know what? I've been saying over and over, we can do better. We can get it all the way up. I'm realistic. I understand we can't make miracles happen, and I will tell you that what has happened here tonight on this live stream is a big deal. It's
Absolutely.
like $1,500 in 1 hour, 1.5 hours. That is amazing. And so thank you to all of the people that donated tonight, including the ones that super chatted me, which I then sent to that. That's a big deal. And it shows that we can all come together and we can help out people in our community that are in need. We've done it a lot of times before, and we can do it again. So, yep, I'm excited with what we were able to do. We'll talk about it more as the weeks go on, and you know, we're not going to do the whole live stream about them, but we will mention it to remind all of you. Maybe you get paid between now and then, and you join us next week, and you're like, okay, here, yeah, let me go ahead and send $5 towards this. If we all do that, we can get them to their goal by the weekend.
That's a little.
I'd probably shed a tear if it got to 60
gosh.
grand over the weekend. That would be amazing. But
I also want to thank Charles Tornetta and Reza Thomas for their for their donations, not super chats.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yep. I've said all I need to say. So I'm going to do what I always do. Turn it over to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and everybody who's donated. It means so much to this family and to their community, as well as the fish community. But again, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here on a Thursday night and joining us. And thank you to the mods. We couldn't do it without you. We did do it tonight without Candy, but we missed her a lot. So I do want to thank the mods that are here. Zen Ginger, you really stepped up, and I appreciate it. You do so good anyways. But thank you to all the mods, and we will see all of you next Thursday. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, to the 11 people that disliked a stream like this, you should be ashamed of yourself, and your parents should have spanked you more when you were a kid.
Ooh, he said that. He said that. Have a good weekend.